guys, welcome back. It's Jennifer from JensVanity. Today what we're going to talk about is my favorite products from 2016. Now some of the items are not like new for this year, but they're items that I used this year that I really enjoyed, that I would say are my top picks for the year out of all the items that I've tried, things that I would definitely repurchase and recommend to you guys. So let's go ahead and get into it. First item up on the list is foundation, and I've used this foundation in many tutorials, and actually it is what I have on my skin today. It's a drugstore foundation by Rimmel. It's the Match Perfection Light Perfecting Radiance Sunscreen Foundation. It does have an SPF of 18 in it. I've taken photos with it. I don't notice a flashback, but I've really only taken photos with this camera in this room and I use natural light, so I guess that answers that. I'm not sure if it has a flashback. But I really love this foundation. If you've not tried it and you have normal skin for the most part and sometimes occasional flakiness or dryness, this is a really good foundation. It gives a nice natural finish to the skin and it's not overly dewy, which I don't really like because I find that that doesn't last as long for me. Now I do let it set a little bit when I'm putting my concealer on, and then I, do my under eyes with powder. And then I lightly powder the rest of my face, especially in the T-zone area. But I love this. And it applies well with a brush and a beauty blender, which is what I'm going to talk about next. This is the first, and I'm sorry it's dirty, I did just use it. This is my first ever beauty blender. Otherwise, I've used the Real Technique sponge, which I really do love that one, and I think it's really good. But there is something different about the texture of the Beauty Blender. So if you're a makeup junkie like me and you haven't tried the Beauty Blender, I would absolutely recommend it. It does apply your foundation and your concealer, any liquid highlighters, different than any other sponge on the market. Now, the Real Techniques one is good, so you can get a similar application, but I feel like this is just slightly better. Speaking of liquid highlighters, I got last year a little sample of the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Spotlight in Opal. As you can see, I have used this quite a bit. I do have it on my skin today, but I also have a powder highlighter over it. I just feel like this takes your makeup game to the next level, especially if you're somebody who likes that dewy look but doesn't like dewy foundation. Does that make sense? Because this is going to give you that look without compromising the longevity of your foundation. Absolutely love this. And it gives your skin such a really natural glow. It gives you a highlight that's not like boom in your face, but it is kind of at the same time. So I'm not sure if that makes sense, but if you guys haven't tried them, Sephora, or I mean not Sephora, well I don't know if it's at Sephora, but Ulta always has around the holidays a little kit with a travel size powder one and a travel size liquid one. They did have Moonstone out this year. I was hoping to get it. I didn't, but if I see it, I would absolutely pick it up. It's like 20 bucks, and I think though I'm going to get the full size of this. I really loved it. So this was definitely one of my tops for this year. Going along with glow, I'm going to say, if you guys haven't already guessed it, this bronzer, it had to make the list for me. The L'Oreal Glam Bronze. I believe it is limited edition, or it was when it came out, so I'm not sure if L'Oreal is actually going to bring it to their permanent line. But, I mean, as you can see, I've already hit pan on it. I just really love this bronzer. The shade that I have is in light. It's just perfect for my skin. You really can, like, load it on and not go overboard, which I really like. And it's got a little bit of a sheen to the product. It just adds a nice glow to your skin. I do have it on today, and I just went around like my hairline in a little bit in the jawbone area, and I'm gonna be really sad if I can't repurchase it. So this definitely made it to one of my tops for this year, though. I really loved this product. As far as new brands for me, and something that really surprised me is this Laura Geller blush. I got it in a little set that came with like a lipstick and the Gilded Honey. This blush is in Berry Cream. Now typically I would not go for a blush like this. This color is not something that I usually gravitate towards. I'm not a big fan of pink, but I do have it on my cheeks today, just on the apples. It gives you such a natural glow to the skin. It's like the perfect blush for me. It gives you sort of that I've been out in the cold weather glow. It applies so easily, and I don't have to think about it and blend it too much. Like, it just goes on perfectly, flawlessly every time. So I'm hoping in 2017 that I can try more of the Laura Geller baked blushes, because this one has surprised me so much and I enjoyed it so much that I've already sort of wore down the little dome part on this, which is really surprising for me in a blush. But if you haven't tried any of their baked blushes, I would highly, highly recommend picking some up. Sticking on the blush train, the Balm is not a new brand to me, but I recently got one of their, not recently, but this year I got one of their In-Stain blushes. This one is in Pinstripe. Now, looking at this blush, again, this just doesn't seem like something that I would pick up. I would almost feel like it would be too pigmented, but this blush is like perfect dusty rose, and again, it just blends out so effortlessly on the skin. Between this and the Laura Geller blush, I've not been able to put these down since I got them. They've stayed in my everyday makeup drawer. If you've watched those, you know they've really stayed in there since I've gotten them, because they are like a no-brainer for a blush. Any look they'll go with. They just apply so easily. They last long. You know, by the end of the day, they're still there. So I can't say enough good things about this blush. So let's see. Let's talk about brow products. I only had one brow product that I got a sample of in my Sephora play box, and it really surprised me because I was kind of like, brow gels are brow gels. But I got a sample of this Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. Although I think it's a little overkill for every day, because I don't feel like my brows have to be absolutely perfect 100% of the time when I'm just at work. But if I'm going to be going somewhere that I really want to make sure my makeup is, you know, up here on the next level, or I'm going to have a lot of pictures taken, this is what I grab. I definitely think when this sample runs out, I will purchase a new one. It does make your brows a little bit crunchy, like I have it on today, but it's not like cemented. It doesn't get flaky. You can't tell that you put in a brow gel, so it's not like shiny on your eyebrows. And for someone like me who has really long eyebrows, and they will tend to, like, if you brush them a little bit, they'll tend to like hang down, and I don't trim them that short. This just really keeps them in place, and I know that if I'm going to have pictures taken, this is going to keep my brows where they're supposed to be, and I'm not going to have to worry about it whatsoever. So I highly recommend this if you haven't already tried it. I'm kind of all over the place, but that's okay. A product that started to surprise me this year because I've brought it into like my everyday makeup drawer rotation. When I first got it, I was like, I don't really see what the hype is all about with this product. But as I've been using it along with other palettes and single eyeshadows, there are really a couple of standout shades in here for me. And I feel like these eyeshadows are very easy to work with, and they blend really great. This is the Tartelette palette. I'm sure you guys have all seen it. I just really have been enjoying this. They're like, these two shades here are like standout shades. If they had them separately in a single eyeshadow pan, I would probably buy them. The black, I think they just throw it in there because most people like a black in there, but it's a decent black. And then these two browns, I think are really, really great. And actually, you know, this whole roll of three here, and then over, and then these two, and this one has got a pretty big divot in it. I just really like this. I feel like it gives you transition shades and deepening outer corner shades for any look that you would be thinking about doing. So if you don't already have a matte eyeshadow palette or matte singles that you really love, I would, you know, think about picking this one up because it's got a nice range and it is really good quality. The next one is not actually this particular one, but it's within that line. The one that I've tried is the pink one, but this is the one that I had. It's the Maybelline Lash Sensational line. I'm assuming that this one is going to be just as great as the other one, but I picked this up when it was on a sale because I hadn't tried it. But the one that I did use up a tube of is the pink, and I really enjoyed that as well. Then I have a couple of skincare items that I've gotten samples of that I'm going to be purchasing full size of, so I thought it was really worth a mention because I get so many sample skincare things in boxes, and I'm sure you guys do as well. And some of the products are just kind of like, meh, I'll use them because they're skincare, but they didn't really stand out to me. But these products did. So the first one is the Belief brand. This is the True Cream Aqua Bomb. And this is the first sort of like gel-ish type formula that I've tried. And there's nothing left in here because I've used it all up. But I believe the full size retails for like $38. You can get it at Sephora. For someone who has normal to sometimes dry skin, I never really tried like a lightweight moisturizer. I would say that this qualifies more for a lightweight moisturizer because I was worried that it wouldn't be enough for my skin, and if I don't hydrate it enough, it really can go downhill quickly and get very dry. But this one did a very good job at hydrating the skin. It felt like it absorbed in really well. It made my skin look really great. It just looked hydrated and plump, but it didn't feel greasy and heavy, because those are typically like the greasier the better is what I would go for. But this was just really surprising, and I really, really enjoyed it. So it is on my wish list in Sephora or on the Sephora app. And so if you guys haven't tried it, I would say see if you can get a little sample of it from them and give it a try. I really, really enjoyed it. The next skincare item would be a splurge, but I think I'm going to make the plunge once I save up. This is the Good Genes by Sunday Riley, and it is the all-in-one lactic acid treatment. I got this in some subscriptions box. I'm sure it was the Sephora Play one. You can use it every day like a serum or as needed like a mask or a peel mask. What I noticed about it, one, is obviously it has lactic acid in it. So if you do have any delicate areas on your skin, maybe you've picked at something, maybe you've got an open something or another on your face, it is going to burn when you put it in there. Not for very long, but it will. So kind of avoid those areas if at all possible. But if my skin was just looking bleh, or it was looking like, oh, I just needs something, it's looking kind of yuck, either because it's dry or because it's been broken out or whatever, if I would use this for a couple of days, it like cleared everything up. It just helped with the dryness, you know, the flakiness. It helped with acne. It helped with all that stuff, and it just made my skin look really good. I believe the regular size of this is around $100, but a little bit goes a long way, and I feel like it's really worth the investment. Like, it's not something I would have to use every day, but if I had it, I think I absolutely would. With the sample, I was just kind of reaching for it when I thought I needed it, and it really just helped my skin out a lot. So, again, this stuck out to me, and if you haven't tried it, try and get a sample because it's amazing. It couldn't be a favorites video for 2016 without mentioning my two favorite Maybelline lipsticks. Yes, you guessed it. It is Totally Toffee and Warm Me Up. If you guys haven't already tried these two colors from them, they are wonderful everyday lip colors. You just toss them in your purse. They go with every single look. The Totally Toffee is what I'm wearing on my lips today. If you've got any sort of like a warm look on, brown look, this is going to be your go-to everyday color. It's like a nude, but not nude. And then the Warm Me Up is like the perfect pink. It's like a rosy, dusty rose pink. It's like a Your Lips But Better color. If you're similar skin tone as mine, I would absolutely pick these up. Once they're done, I've already said it a million times, I am going to pick them up again. So Maybelline, I know you're probably not watching, but if you are, do not discontinue these colors. Alright guys, that wraps up my favorites for 2016. These are the products that stood out to me that I was really enjoying this year. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. If you aren't already subscribed, please click that subscribe button. If you are subscribed, click the little bell so you can get notified for all my videos so you don't miss out. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!